Hello, my name is Dr. Eric Anderson, and I'm the Assistant Superintendent for Elementary Instruction for Roanoke City Public Schools. My job is I'm responsible for all of the elementary schools we have here in Roanoke City. Today I'm excited because I get to read to you one of my favorite books called Libby Loves Science. How many of you all love science? I would imagine a few of you all are really passionate. Well, years ago, I used to teach third grade science. It was one of my favorite things that I've done in education. So I'm really excited to share this book with you on today. So let's get started with this book, Libby Loves Science. This book is by Kimberly Derting and Sheila R. Johannes, and it's illustrated by Joelle Mary. Libby loves science. She loved mixing, pouring, measuring, and stirring. Do any of you all like doing that? I know in my kitchen, I love doing all the above. Whipping up ingredients and making delicious things to eat was one of Libby's favorite ways to experiment. Rainbow pancakes taste way better than plain ones, she told her family, and sometimes it was true. At school, Libby's science teacher, Mr. Darwin, taught the class about chemistry. Libby loved chemistry because it is all about mixing, pouring, measuring, and stirring. Not all chemical reactions occur at the same rate, said Mr. Darwin. Uh-oh, said Libby. Looks like ours reacted too much. Remember, your measurements need to be precise, said Mr. Darwin. But it's okay. Mistakes can lead to discoveries. And sometimes making mistakes was way more fun than cleaning up. One day, Mr. Darwin made an important announcement. We are in charge of the science booth at our school's fall festival, he said. Everyone was excited. The fall festival was fun, and Libby liked the science booth the best. Yay, we have the best booth ever, said Libby. This year, the booth that gets the most visitors and collects the most tickets wins an ice cream party, said Mr. Darwin. We need volunteers to run our booth, Libby. Finn and Rosa jumped up from their desks. We'll do it, said Libby. Libby, Finn, and Rosa met at Libby's house after school. We absolutely need to win, said Libby. Just imagine an ice cream party. I love ice cream, said Rosa. Competing with the bouncy house won't be easy, said Finn. I think we can do really fun experiments that everyone will want to try, Libby said. Cool, we can decorate the booth too, said Rosa. I have tons of art supplies, said Finn. We can make our booth really stand out. Libby, Finn, Rosa searched for fun experiments. They made a list of possibilities and voted for their 3 favorites. Finn decided to make giant bubbles. Rosa wanted to mix fluffy slime. And Libby chose to launch a rocket. I can't wait for the festival, she said. Finally, the day of the festival arrived. Libby, Finn, and Rosa got there early to help Mr. Darwin set up the science booth. Finn hauled in hula hoops, dish soaps, corn syrup, and a kiddie pool. Rosa carried a basket of shaving cream, glue, saline solution, and glitter. Libby brought baking soda, vinegar, and an empty water bottle. They decorated the booth with posters, signs, and science stuff. When the festival opened, the cotton candy booth was swamped right away. The dunk tank was a huge hit, but the face painting team was the one to beat. The festival was crowded and friends and families and teachers having fun. No one's coming to our booth, said Finn. Maybe everyone thinks science is boring, said Rosa. Science is never boring, Libby said. We just need to show them chemistry is fun. How many of you all think chemistry is fun? I know I grew up thinking mixing things together was a lot of fun at times. Let's see what happens next. I know, said Finn. Let's blow some giant bubbles. The bigger, the better, said Rosa. Finn filled the kiddie pool with water while Rosa mixed in the soap. The secret ingredient is corn syrup, Libby said. Yep, it makes bubbles a bajillion times stronger, said Finn. Next, let's make slime, said Rosa to the small crowd that had gathered to make bubbles. Extra glitter equals extra sparkle, said Finn. Added Finn. It's important to add the saline, just a little at a time, said Libby. That's what makes it extra squishy, said Rosa. Now for the grand finale, said Rosa. Our rocket will be out of this world, said Finn. We'll win for sure. If we use extra baking soda, the rocket might go even higher, said Libby. Science is a blast, said Rosa. When Libby added the baking soda, the liquid started to bubble. When the bottle filled up, the rocket zoomed high into the air. Whoosh! Unfortunately, it sprayed liquid everywhere. It sprayed all over the kids waiting in line. It sprayed way more than Libby predicted. Everyone got soaked, wet, and ran away. The face painting booth still has a huge line, said Finn. I don't think we have enough tickets. I'm sorry, said Lizzie. I thought the rocket would be awesome. At least we got a big reaction, said Rosa. So do you think they're gonna win the fall festival? Let's see what happens. The next day, Principal Neal announced the winner of the Fall Festival Booth Contest. The ice cream party goes to the art club, she said. Their face painting booth won by a landslide. Everyone cheered, even Libby, who felt she let her science class down. Mr. Darwin called Libby, Finn, and Rosa to his desk. You three did a great job on the booth, he said, but we didn't win the ice cream party, mumbled Libby. That doesn't mean we can't celebrate. How hard you tried. Mr. Darwin said, any ideas? Maybe we can have our own party, Rosa said. What kind of party, Finn asked. An ice cream party, and we can make our own ice cream. Libby jumped up. And I know exactly what we need. Libby wrote a list of ingredients on the board. Rosa borrowed sugar from the teacher's lounge. Finn ran to the cafeteria for ice, vanilla, and milk. Mr. Darwin grabbed rock salt and freezer bags from his supply cabinet. Libby walked the class through the steps in the recipe. She even added lots of colors because rainbow ice cream usually tastes better than plain. I think I'll have to agree with Libby on that. "This is delicious," said Finn. "Sometimes the best reactions aren't always the first reaction," Mr. Darwin said. "Because ice cream is cool," said Rosa. "Yeah," said Libby, "and science is cool too." The end. Now, in our book, we had some terms and some Libby science facts. As I told you, I used to be a science teacher, and today I'm wearing a button that tells everybody how much I still love science today. Reading in science is very important, so I like to read to you the science facts that Libby had in her book. The first one was about Charles Darwin. I don't know if you heard of him, but he was a scientist known for his theory of evolution. The animals change or evolve over time. Also in our book, we know the teacher's name was also Mr. Charles Darwin. Chemistry. Have you ever heard that term? Chemistry means the study of the properties of matter and how matter interacts with energy. Every material in the universe is made up of matter, even our own bodies. Another word was chemical reactions. When things undergo chemical change to form a different substance, for example, when you eat, your body uses chemical reactions to digest food. That's weird, isn't it? Another word was experiment, a scientific test done to see what happens to something under controlled conditions. I never do experiments without an adult's permission. Measurements. Do you remember hearing that word in the book? A number that shows the amount of something. For example, how many teaspoons of purple coloring to use in a pancake. Observation. That's another science term. The action of taking note of or viewing something. Prediction. A guess about what might happen. I guess the rocket wouldn't spray water all over the crowd at the fair. Remember that? That was pretty funny. And the last term in our book is science, the study of the natural world through observation and experiments. Science is a blast. I hope you enjoyed this book today. Libby loves science. Libby loves to ask questions about the world. She loves to figure out how things work, and she did it all because she loves science. Remember, I want you to continue to read and also do science experiments with your parents when you can. I hope you have a great day, and thank you for listening to this book.